Good weekend morning to everyone. You're at home and I'm back at home because it's Saturday morning right now. What I wanted to do today was to show you a book building, or another word is book assembling. When you build something, you assemble it. Project that we have that we start using on Monday. Remember, Monday. That's the letter I stopped with in the ABC book, the ABC art book. On Monday, we start using a book called, let me get the cover here, called Count to 10. In your supply bag that you received yesterday is a book set up like this, but the pages are not ready to use by us yet. We need to do some book assembly or book building. I made a copy here a little bit simpler with just numerals on it and the book title. That's the front cover. Without the words that you will see on your copy. And so this is the collection. It's 3 sheets of paper. 1, 2, 3. Like this. It looks like this. There's a dark line down the middle, and that is our cutting line. So right now, if you want to pause the video and find these papers, there's a paper clip holding them together. For most of the supply bags, this is perhaps in the Smart folder, the blue Smart folder, or it might be clipped outside the folder. But if you get that now, I'll show you how to do this, and then we'll be set to use our book on Monday. If you don't get to do this over the weekend, I can help you a little bit on Monday before we begin, and then after we're finished, I'll stay and show how to do it again. But for now, it is helpful if sometime today or tomorrow, that's Saturday or Sunday, if you're able to prepare your book to be ready to use on Monday morning. So if you get your book and take the paper clip off, you'll find there's 3 pages like this that have numerals on them and a dark line down the middle. Now the way that I describe the process of doing this is called stack. That means put things on top of each other. Stack from the back. The back is where we begin in the book. When we read a book, almost every time we start from the front. But when we build a book in class, it's much easier if we stack from the back and put the pages on top. By the time we get to the top of the stack, we have the front of the book, and then we get it stapled so the pages stay together, and then we can use it. So let's do that right now together. You have pages with numerals on the sides and lines. If you can find this page, the page that has this number, there's some words at the bottom. When we get to the page and day number 10, we'll do the reading part. Right now we just need to find the numeral 10. And over here on this side is the numeral 9. And then there's a dark line down the middle, a dark line. With your pencils, safely, I'll hold this up so you can see what I'm doing. You would do it flat on the table and being careful about the table surface. Then what you're going to do is just carefully cut as best you can on the line until you get to the top and then you have 2 pages. After you get to that part, put your scissors down safely. Sorry. And then notice your pages. On the back of the 10 are the numerals 0 to 10. On the front is the number 10. On the other page that you've cut apart are 2 numerals, 8 and 9. I'll hold this up so you can see it, but you'll do this part flat on the table. 10 is the highest number in the book that we will talk about. This 10 is the highest value numeral we will read in this book. Stack from the back, this is the back of the book. On top of 10, 9 is going to touch the 10, so you can see the 8. They're not next to each other, but they're on top of each other. We've begun our stack from the back. Okay? When you have this stack, 8 on top of 8 on top of 10 with 9 in the middle. Then put this stack down on the table a little bit away from you. Okay? You need your scissors again. Sorry. Dry throat. Then you find this page. There's a 7 on the back, there's a 4 on the back, there's a 5 and a 6, and there's a dark line in the middle. Right? Just checking. See if you can show what you know already. Making a reasonable guess on what we will do with this page. You got it. With your scissors, I'm holding it up. You would do this flat on the table so you can hold your paper safely and cut carefully. Then you're just carefully cutting up or down or across the line until you have 2 pages. I'm putting my scissors over on the side so they're out of the way. And I'm checking my papers. 1 page now has 4 and 5 on it. 1 page has 6 and 7 on it. I'm coming back to my stack. I'm not moving these apart. I'm keeping them together. Touching number 8, if we're counting backwards, we did that a little bit this week. That was mental preparation for this task this week, counting backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8. Okay, good, you got it. 7. 7 touches 8, so 6 will be on the top. We know 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So right there, 6 is the number we see on the top. We know it's behind it. We know 7 is behind it because we're stacking from the back. This is flat on the table. I'm holding it up so you can see. And then we have this page, which has 4 and 5. Show what you know. 5 touches 6, and 4 is on the top. We have our book stack right here. I'm going to put it back on the table so I can see the 4 over there. I only have 1 page left now. It's this one. There's a 3. There's words, that's the front cover. There's the numerals 2 and 1. Making a reasonable guess, that means you're using your smarts from things you might know from before to think about what is happening now and what you would do next when we begin. Show what you know? Great. Right on the dark line. Careful cutting. You're flat on the table. I'm holding it up. Then I have 2 pages. Putting my scissors down. I'm moving my book stack on the table in front of me. I'm holding it up so you can see. This is numeral 4. You know which numeral, if we're counting backwards, should touch numeral 4. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There you go. 3. 3 is going to touch numeral 4, and that leaves 2 on top. Counting backwards from 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. 1 touches that. And then, stack from the back has us ready right here with the whole book. Before you do anything else, check your book is together, and then ask a grown-up to staple 2 parts in the corner. On the side where the C is, this is called the top left corner, and just 2 staples right here. My stapler is upstairs, I left it up there. 2 staples right here. Not along the side, that's going to make it hard to open the book. Not at the top, because that will make it kind of, it will feel off to turn the pages that way. Right here will allow us to open the book wide when we work on each page. This is a 10-day project at school. So after you staple it, now we've begun to do schoolwork differently. Your name goes at the top of your work, always. At home school, at school. That's how teachers keep track of the work that we see or collect. Just like yesterday when people gave Mr. Silverman and me pictures that they made at home, their names are on them, so we knew who gave it to us. You are there with only your work, but when we start collecting it and looking at it, teachers want to know who did that work, and the way we know that is your name is on everything. So please write your name carefully at the top. Your choice, pencil, marker, crayon, but just across the top. Soon, I will ask you to write your name and room number, 103, but we don't have to do that yet. Please do not write or color in this book. That's the work we will do together in class next week. Each day we will do 1 number page together, and that's why it takes 10 days to finish this project. It will be our first book project at school. And so just now, you were doing good scissor safety work. You learned about stack from the back. You saw numerals. You counted backwards. And that's before we even did any other work in the book. We just learned and practiced all those things. Many good things are coming in the next many days at school. Last week was different. There was more teacher telling and talking, and then you did work after you left us. That changes next week. Next week we start doing work together at the same time. We'll look at this book, and then on day 1, we'll work on page number 1. Next day, page 2, until 10 days have passed and our book is complete. That's just one of our Monday tasks. We have other things we'll be doing together, live, at the same time, while you are there and we are in the classroom. Clear for everybody? Okay. Staples. And then please put this somewhere so you'll be able to get it and remember where you put it on Monday. Or even just bring it to your desk on Monday and it will be there all ready for you. On Monday you'll need a pencil or 2 in case your pencil ever breaks, having your pencil nearby. Crayons. There were some crayons in the supply bag, or if you have new school crayons that your family bought for you, or if you have home crayons you already had in your house. You'll need those for our work this week. Pencil and crayons. I think that's the only things we need to bring on Monday. And our new Count to 10 book. Mr. Silberman and I look forward to seeing you on Monday with brand new tasks. And then, of course, we'll continue things we've been doing. You know, the stretching and the exercise. We heard from lots of families that those are good for you and that people are liking them. That's good. I created all of those stretches that Mr. Silverman and I have been teaching. Found them in my brain and put them on paper that we could then remember to read and tell you. We'll continue with alphabet work, looking at alphabet cards, listening to alphabet stories. We'll continue to look at numeral cards and listening to numeral stories and math stories. We'll take a look at our math workbook. We won't start working in it yet, but hopefully you've looked at it or will look at it these 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday we'll look through, but I think we don't start teaching that until Tuesday or Wednesday. And then other things. I have a new sound signal, something different for recess time. And then there's some that means I know something that I'm not telling you yet. Okay, thanks so much. Oh, and before we go, as I've said, the days at school, I dress for work every day. From head to shoes. Every day. Because I want to look nice for you. And I've seen you have done the same thing in choosing special clothes when I've asked you. People point to things, their shirts and their dresses and their pants and socks. And then I saw when people came to visit us on Friday afternoon, evening to get your supply bag, people were dressed up, just like Mr. Silberman and I were. Even though it's a Saturday, even though it's at home, I am wearing something special. I thought of you for today. 2 things, actually. One is one of my New York Yankees shirts. It's a player I greatly appreciate and respected who left and is now retired. It means he stopped working from the Yankees. Derek Jeter, a very good person and a great baseball player. So I'm wearing that because I do like the Mariners, but I do like the Yankees more because that was my home team when I grew up and I was a kid in New York. I live near Yankee Stadium. The other is I have thrift store stories to tell you. I don't know if you've been to thrift stores. I'll explain that at another time. But many of my clothes, most of my clothes, almost all of my clothes come from thrift stores. I just find great stuff at thrift stores. So I have a bunch of thrift store stories I have to tell you this year. And for those of you who might know a book series called Harry Potter, this is a Gryffindor robe. I believe in the book and the movies he used this for his sports team. I found this at the thrift store in a grown-up size. So of course I had to buy it. It comes with a cool hood and Gryffindor colors. And on the back, hope I can show this right. It says H. Potter. Do you know that character? Harry Potter. It's a book that has stories that might be a little bit older than you listen to, but grown-ups know, and if you have older brothers or sisters, they might know the Harry Potter series. Harry Potter robe. Right. Of course I had to buy it when I went to the thrift store. Gryffindor house. Harry Potter on the back. Hood, man. For when he plays his sport. That involves flying around on a broom up in the air. Ask somebody at your house if they know the name of that sport Harry Potter plays. And I might ask you on Monday to see if anyone found out or heard the name of the sport that the Harry Potter houses athletes play. Okay, bye everybody. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice weekend indoors. The air quality is really unhealthy. Be cooperative when you're staying indoors these days. Everyone needs to be indoors. The streets and the sidewalks are so quiet outside. People are not out. The air quality is unhealthy. Find good, kind things to do in your house, including helping people. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.